would like to first say that my hair grew back.
Yay.
I had to get cut off because my barber went to Detroit for like the whole entire summer. So I had to grow it out until he returned.
Come in, Lyle.
Open the door!
You shall not pass.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
It is.
this is David. So
Do not
David,
walk in front of my camera.
Hi, Dilly.
Duck in front of the camera.
Oh,
You can limbo.
oh, makes
Well,
you
it's playing
laugh.
it's playing the credits now, anyways.
There we go.
Oh, David, we're talking about your favorite
Right.
subject.
Should be banned.
All right.
No,
So anyway, what's the
Hi! Today is September 22nd, 2016.
Move your big fat head.
Do not take that food
Adam.
into my back
Guys,
room.
go over there.
Eat in my living room, please.
Guys,
Por
eat your
favor.
food. Go sit in the living room. Dad will bring your food. Josh.
All right. So today's date was what?
Today is September 22nd, I believe, 2016, and finally cooling down, Phoenix, Arizona. It was in the 80s today as the high, if I remember right, and rainy.
Oh yeah, it was raining. I was like at the foot of the white tank, so.
And people drive like idiots out here when it's raining.
My friend is currently at the White Tanks.
Oh good.
Camping.
Oh,
I'll be
nice,
joining her
yeah.
tomorrow.
She getting rained on too, isn't she?
She did, or it did earlier.
Poor Dree. Hi,
Not
Dree.
camping
Hi,
if you
Dree.
don't suffer.
Anyway, just to get the introductions out of the way, Moon Sadai.
I'm Indian. I just got here.
Just Jay.
Elvin Wolf.
Morgan or Alexandros.
And we're here to talk about, well, the nerdy stuff going on this week.
All right. So let's talk.
Well, because it's September and it's mid-September, Walking Dead Season 6 finally dropped on Netflix.
Took it long enough.
Took long enough. So some of us finally got to see it.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
What'd you think, guys?
There was a lot of build up.
Yeah, there's a lot of build-up. There was a lot of where you're looking at the screen going, the writers are awesome, FU writers.
There were a lot of dirty gestures flicked at the screen towards the writers for dragging us through there. Was Glenn dead? Was he not dead? I mean, they took his name out of the credits.
Took
Yes.
his name out of the credits.
Because
That's just to bring him back. That's a mind twist,
Because
man.
I mean, because you even pointed that out. Because we're like, is he alive? Well, his name's taken out of the credits, so he must be dead.
And then Maggie.
All logic.
Huh?
So all logic is gone.
Yeah. Part of me it really sometimes thinks that they're pulling a Lost on us. They're just messing with us on this show, man. And then there's this whole thing where they're meeting others. They're meeting other little groups. They meet
Communities.
the community that has Jesus in it. And we think Jesus is going to be a butt because, I mean, what kind of person calls himself Jesus or says, my friends call me
Is
Jesus
he the guy with the tiger?
with the tiger?
Yeah, I saw somebody in a commercial with the tiger.
I don't know. I haven't seen any commercials for the new season.
Oh, it's a new
But
series. Now,
Jesus kind of looks like the stereotypical like Jesus, long,
Anglicized Jesus.
like the anglicized
Oh,
white guy Jesus.
Not yet, people
I thought he was gonna be a bigger like pain in the neck than he was. He really
He's a
wasn't.
ballsy ninja.
Oh. Yeah, it's a ballsy ninja.
We
You know
decided
we can
to be
totally
like,
see you.
I tried.
we decided to be like Jesus more than we thought we were going to. And then there's Negan.
I tried.
Negan.
And my very final thought on season 6 was, screw you, Sam and Dean's dad. Because I often look at actors and not think of them as whatever name of character they're playing or the name of the actor. I think of whatever role I have seen them in prominently before. And it's, screw you, Sam and Dean's dad. Papa Winchester.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Well, I was confused initially when they were doing the whole "we're all Negan."
I figured it was a Spartacus kind of thing. They were just trying to hide out who the real guy was.
Well, it also might be the whole drinking the Kool-Aid thing.
some sort of weird ass cult of Negan. And then he stood there and gave that long ass monologue. I'm gonna kill one of you. I got the feeling that he knew which one of those people he was gonna kill from the get go, because you can manipulate eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Adding extra words to it, taking words out of it. It's not that hard.
Well, and if you go by their usual formula, have a character show a significant amount of growth, make us like them, make us really root for them, then headshot them.
You know how they do that on Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah, but in Game of Thrones, they can also make you hate them before they kill them.
Oh.
Really hate them. Really, really, really hate them.
Yeah. Most of the time with Walking Dead,
You feel validated.
they make you feel like
this is the best character ever. You really want them to survive. They have finally achieved an idea of what they want to do with themselves now that the world has ended.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's just like the sacrifice. You bring the lamb in the house, raise it amongst you, and then kill it.
Yeah.
The fatted cat.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
It's they did it to Denise.
And
The
I don't.
Denise is the psychiatrist turned surgeon.
the one from Nurse Jackie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They, because I mean,
We like Denise.
I have been commented to Alexandros going, apparently crossbows are more deadly than handguns.
Uh-huh.
Because if you get shot through the eye with a crossbow, you die. You get shot through the eye almost point blank with a
It's that
gun.
Grimes blood.
Yeah.
If you're a Grimes, you're darn near immortal.
Yeah.
Coral.
Carl is the one we're referring to, by the way.
Yeah.
Because, Carl lost his eye. And now he's like, oh, I'm all tough like my dad, because I'm sure.
I'm a pirate.
Yeah. At what point are they going to give him a real eye patch, or is that going to make him look too governor-like?
Oh.
Is that why?
Is he going that route?
Well,
Because he's starting to act like a little psychopath.
Well, even Negan pointed it out. He's like, so is it going to be you, or is it going to be your
Little serial killer in training.
Because he's like, are you going to cry? Are you going to do something? I mean, I would not be shocked that Negan was some sort of, psychologist of some sort. Very, very cold, very, very calculating, very looking at...
I don't want to know what the heck he was beforehand. I know he's a butthead, and I know that he needs to die, and I know he's gonna last the entire freaking season 7 before he gets deaded.
I don't know.
Maybe even to season 12.
Or
something.
Rick had that 100-yard stare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick has two faces. He has...
I'm freaking out.
And then it's his, oh my god, I'm about to be murdered. Then there's his, I'm about to murder you face.
Oh no. Then there's the,
I put too much toilet paper on my face.
well, I was gonna say, making love to me shown. That was a little, out of left field. I'm just like, okay then. I mean, they make an interesting power couple, but...
Yeah. And what a very strange and stupid way to get all the major characters together. Well, these people were out looking for Carol, and these people were out looking for Daryl.
And these people were trying to get Maggie to the doctor.
Do we really need, my thought was, do we really need this many people to help Maggie go to the doctor?
Yes.
Well,
I forgot.
To quote Family Guy, we have 6 of the major characters. I think
6 out of 7 major characters. We're going to be fucked.
But yeah, it's like, hey, we are the people who have survived here the longest. We're the most powerful.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Yeah.
you've left the least shortest amount of trained people back at their little encampment, including Judith, who we know she's never gonna have anything bad happen to her because she's Judith and she's their mascot.
Yes.
Really?
Well,
They have a mascot?
no, Judith is the baby.
Oh.
Judith is 2 or 3 years old.
Oh.
She was
That would
born.
be awesome if she did.
Died.
Yeah.
No, that would really send Carl into a.
But then that would make it even more interesting.
She dies in the comics. Does that make you feel better?
Oh, that's totally gonna happen.
In the TV series, she kills her mom because basically when she was born.
Yeah, and in the comic series, when the governor attacks the prison, from what I've read, the mom's running with the baby, and she gets headshotted and falls on the baby.
Oh.
That's bad.
That's brutal.
Oh my goodness.
The comics are brutal.
Yes.
Oh.
Are we done with Walking Dead?
But, you know, that's what I always loved about the comics. You know, they always
God.
went to where you're not
Okay.
supposed to go.
Now we can hypothesize
Ugh.
because
Who do we think Negan killed?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna ask.
I was kind of leading up to. I really think that it's going to be Abraham.
Yeah.
Because Abraham was the one that just kind of puffed up and was like, "Yeah, mess with me, boy."
He was showing he was really starting to, from the moment that he found that soldier's uniform crisp and clean and with medals and stuff, even though he took them all off. Forward, he was really starting to clean up, and he even like halfway proposed to the girl
Sasha.
girl he was with. It's probably Abraham. Could be Glenn.
Well, the reason partially why I think it's Abraham is because where he's like, "Oh, he's taking it like a champ" and all that. I think stature-wise, he's the only one that could withstand
That much.
Yeah, to have those 3 or 4 solid hits before they go black. Because the end scene is all the major characters are on their knees in front of this sadistic warlord, and he's walking in front of them with a Grand Slam baseball bat wrapped with barbed wire.
I saw a commercial. That's why I saw the tiger.
So
Yeah.
probably Negan. Well, and he's walking back and forth. He's like,
I've already decided I'm going to kill one of you, but I don't know
He didn't
which
say
one.
kill. He said, I'm going to beat the ever-living shit out of him.
Yeah, I'm going to beat one of you.
Yeah.
But I don't know which one. But from the looks of it, he knows who he's going to kill.
and the final scenes is a POV shot of us looking up at Negan and him bringing that bat down. And the screen goes dark, but you still hear him going, "Oh, he's taking that like a
You're taking that like a champ."
And then you just hear, "Quack, quack."
You see blood on the screen, and it goes dark, then silence.
And that is the season finale. Yeah.
Well, Walking Dead new season's coming soon, but we won't get to watch it for like a year until it drops on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Or unless somebody finds a way to magic AMC into our household without us paying a significant chunk more for cable.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We gotta wait a while.
So, are we emptied out on...
I think we're emptied out on Walking Dead.
Let's see. Next is tribute bands.
Melly, Wolf, you really wanted to talk about tribute bands.
Well, and my question was, because it kind of hit me, because the local radio stations are doing a lot of promotion of this tribute battle of the bands, and they're listing off all these different tribute bands that are coming to the Valley. And there's a Broadway theater that does concert series, and most of them are tribute bands. And I guess I hadn't realized how many there were until recently, and that they were a big thing.
So you're just now exposed to this idea of the tribute band.
Like, I understood them, and I knew that they were there, but I never knew that there was a tribute battle of the bands.
It's a little more than the
just
niche
learned
you
today.
expected.
Yeah, they're a thing. It's like cosplaying for bands, man. If you got a bunch of people that have the look and the sound of Hall & Oates, by golly, you could be a good Hall & Oates cover band. I say Hall & Oates because I think there was a film that had a Hall & Oates cover band in it that I'm not remembering off the top of my head, although I'm sure if I thought about it long enough I'd remember it. But there are many Beatles cover bands and Journey cover bands, or even referenced in the TV show Scrubs. Oh, I know a good Journey cover band. They're 11 touch and squeezes. Scrubs.
Yes.
So, like, with the tribute bands, is it just like rock bands, or is it just more, it goes beyond?
I'm sure that there are probably tribute bands for a great many musical songs.
I know there's an ABBA tribute band coming to ABT. There was
America's Beating Talent.
Arizona Broadway Theater,
Thank you.
where we went to see Pageant.
I didn't go to pageants, so I
Where
didn't
she
know
went to see it.
Yeah, I went. When I say we, I meant me and my friend.
Oh, okay.
Well,
that. See, obviously we're not her friends.
Yeah.
her other friend, the one
Yeah.
that's not here.
The one in the white tank suffering from the rain.
Are you kidding me? She's got a fire. She's got books. She put up the tent by herself. She started a fire. She is proud of herself.
Well, I'll be in the comfort of my home in Cortesa, just enjoying the warmth of my house.
Well,
We were dancing in the rain, and then we realized it stopped raining, and then we got sick.
when you say we, who do you mean?
Oh, it was our band. We're like, yes, we're not marching. We started dancing. We went outside, started dancing in the rain, and then the rain went away,
Bands.
and we got outside.
Tribute bands are a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I just hadn't realized that they were as big a niche as I thought they were. Like, I thought it was like things for like bar mitzvahs and
yeah, no, they're a thing.
like
They're totally a thing.
they were like opening things, or like you might see them at the
Think of how
fair.
into how big we get into when we play rock band.
Yes.
We're like one giant tribute band for all of those 80s bands we play when we're in rock band.
Truth.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Your
Actually,
bass is amazing.
actually,
Hey, I like our drummer.
Oh,
I like
those
the
are fighting
lyricist.
gestures.
What's your
You're
question,
fighting
Minions?
I'll ask you afterwards we're done.
Oh, was this about your competition?
No, it was I'm gonna ask you that, but also what was the main thing for the '90s?
The main thing for the 90s.
Well, I mean, what did they wear? That was my question because next week we're supposed to do something and it requires the '90s. I'm like, what are we supposed to do?
Parachute pants.
Oh god.
Flannel.
Flannel,
Yeah.
some denim, those plastic lace chokers
Yep.
Oh god.
that
Yes.
like stretched over your head.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Full out jean suits, like the jean jacket.
Oh god.
Yeah. Well,
That's
it
early.
doesn't talk about-
Wasn't those
yeah.
didn't they
Black
also
culture.
have what are they called? They're like really massive pants that no one could fit.
Parachute pants.
No.
Jinkos.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Ah.
Oh,
Jinkos.
The ones that had like 40-inch leg
Yes.
leg width. Yeah, those were Jinkos. My brother
Those are
had
coming
several
back.
pairs. So they say.
Yeah, I heard those are coming back. I'm like, oh no.
I've
I
heard
have
those
some
are
So-
Mammoth pants.
When do you need it?
Next week.
I was about to say I have some stuff I can probably get to you.
Can he fit in your clothes?
No, it's pretty big, like hand me downs and stuff. Like from I am a '90s kid. But,
Okay. I think I want to move on from 90s and tribute bands to the next topic that just Jay here brought up.
Yeah.
Introduce
Bring
it,
it
bro.
up.
oh, band books.
Not bands,
Band
but band books.
The whole week.
Yeah, actually, they're technically kind of not banned. They're just challenged,
Yes.
to be honest. That's what we found out in our research. I'd like to apologize in advance. I've been caught up with school, trying to, get in the swing of things. But I thought banned books was a cool thing that we're doing next week. Our teacher is having us make a poster based upon just one banned book. I chose to do several because I realized that some of the banned books that are on the list is banned books that I've either read on my own or we had to read as requirements in New Jersey, and such as Call of the Wild,
Jack London.
what's called Fahrenheit 451.
Written by
Fahrenheit 451. I don't know what you're
Heinlein.
reading. Huh?
Heinlein.
Heinlein?
No.
Yeah.
It's not? Is that Bradford? Sorry. I didn't just want to
No, you're sci-fi.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know either.
Yeah.
And you have to be really disappointed. I don't know who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, but that was on the list.
Yeah, Harper Lee.
Invisible Man.
Which one?
Gone with the Wind.
Which
Invisible. I thought it was the one like movie they had. Or
Is
might
it
have
the
been-
science fiction one or the one about the South?
It might be the one about the South. Because it was
Where-
banned for vulgar language.
That could still be the science fiction one.
Okay.
There's Two Invisible Men. There's the traditional science fiction where he becomes invisible. And then there's the one where a white guy, as a social experiment, decides to move down south and put on blackface and live as a black person for several years. To kind of
Wow.
experience the life of a black person.
Interesting.
That's not
I'm
right.
going to look at depth on that one. But also Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
That's the one I wanted to talk about specifically.
that was a man's
Wait,
book.
wait, wait, wait,
Because
wait.
there are posters on the wall.
Huh? No, for the fact that
Because I'm wearing a One Ring.
no. To be as specific was the fact it wasn't just challenged. The book was being burned because they said it was like pretty much written from Satan. Or written by
Really?
Satan himself.
What?
Yeah.
Come on
Yes.
now.
They said the same thing about
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't-
What are you doing?
In the
Stupid.
Okay.
sit up,
Oh.
You're gonna hurt your back like that and not be able to hold your Susupon.
Yes.
sit up. During when I was in college, I actually did a paper on censorship, and we had to pick a specific area of censorship, and so I chose Harry Potter in specific.
I wrote one about Harry Potter as well.
And it talked about how there were preachers that were standing up on the pulpit on Sunday going, and then Harry Potter sells his soul to Satan for the power. And I'm like, which?
What page is that on?
Yeah, like where? I mean,
You
and
read
so-
the good version, man. Because
There
all I
were
got was
people
all
who
the
said that Harry Potter was trying to teach kids to do drugs because of all of the potions,
Mhm.
and that Snape was a drug pusher.
Yep.
Harry Potter in the hood.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
It's the chemistry teacher.
God damn.
Yeah.
I have to take chemistry. Anyway, so.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, really, one of the Catholic Church back in the medieval and Renaissance period had a banned book list. And the number one way to ensure a book became the bestseller was to put a book on that list.
Really?
And sometimes it still is.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to read this book. Now I have to know.
Now I have to know why Copernicus is being banned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like.
Why Lady Chatterley's lover was banned.
Yeah, like speaking on that, we were talking about what we pretty much titled it. So we said R to the third power, because the things that they were banned for was pretty much race, religion, and reform. Like if it was something that would cause like change, they like we don't want to no we can't talk about it. A lot
Nobody
of
likes
things,
the status quo being changed.
yeah, no, they don't. And just like I forgot exactly what Gone with the Wind. It had the N word, so they tried to take that away. Speaking of Gone with the Wind, what was the name of the lady who just passed away who was in the movie?
I don't remember.
Vivian Lee?
No, she died a long, long time ago. There was like one of the other,
She just died recently.
one of the actresses from the film just died recently. I only know that because
I'll take the word for
it was a blurb on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
it. Is it because we know how much you just love Gone with the Wind?
Oh yeah.
My love for Gone with the Wind is as strong as my love for you two.
But you hate you two.
Wait. You mean you two like the band?
Yes.
Yeah,
You don't like from
Like the band,
what
not
was
it.
it? Gangs in New York? They did that song, right? Like I forgot how it went, but it was really, really good. It was a nice way to end it.
I don't like the band U2, and I don't like the film Gone with the Wind. I have reasons for both. I don't want to waste the rest of our discussion time getting into it because I could wax on for hours.
Yes, you're still waxing on. How about we move back to school information?
David, you learned anything cool in school this week?
No, actually, I'm doing something important.
What?
He
I asked him to
handed
do
him the
something
phone.
important
Okay.
Yes. So.
For what you're doing, because all his band members want to do it, they don't have the link to this YouTube. So he is now sharing the link to this YouTube to all his band members. who
Oh,
want to
okay.
participate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what did you learn in school this week?
More about Greeks.
More about Greeks. Let's talk about Greeks.
Wait.
Let's talk about
Opa!
Opa. Fine. We will go to Talk Like a Pirate Day, and we'll come back to the Greeks.
Well, listen, we all got a point. We all got like a part of the book of the Odyssey, and of course, I got the sad part about Argus, the dog.
Oh, the dog. Okay. All right.
That is the saddest part of the whole story.
That is
Why are you
terrible.
gonna remind me about that, man? All you had to say, the dog. Man.
You know, Futurama does that same thing.
Would
Yeah.
I know.
you like to act out what happened to you in school pertaining to the kid in the chair?
We want to see this in dramatic dance.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Just to make the point.
I'm still cringing, guys. Get ready.
Yeah. So I have some students that sometimes don't do well with like following directions. And you know a student it just has a death wish. When you tell them not to do something, they look you straight in the eye, deadpan, and do it in slow motion.
Drop kick that kid. Knock this chair off.
There's probably about as much specifics as you can get on social media.
Okay, so, alright. So, this week, let me finish my ice. Alright, okay.
Finish your what?
Ice.
Ice!
I heard
That
that
was
too.
not the word I heard.
Yeah, I heard the same thing as you, so we're not talking about rocks.
Okay. Alright, so my teacher, so I'm heading up there. Of course, we're talking about the lunch because we have different lunches. My teacher asked me, "Hey, David, I gave you some money. Can you go get me lunch?" And I'm thinking in my head, she trusts me with her money. That's
Bad
ugly.
teacher. Bad teacher.
Well, she knows exactly how much lunch costs. She knows it, so it's not like
No,
you
she literally went up and said, like, well, she just started. It's her first year, and so she's just
Bad teacher.
she's like, just give me whatever. I'm like, what?
Never give teenagers your money.
Hey, I had a teacher that I worked with the year before last who gave her credit card to a student
Yes.
and sent her to Walgreens to buy her another pair of shoes because her sandals broke.
Nice.
And how does the story end?
Well, the kid didn't walk off with the debit card, but the math teacher and I are just sitting there going,
This teacher no longer teaches.
Oh, okay.
or at least no longer teaches there.
At least
Go figure.
there. And this was a long-term sub. Yeah. Yeah.
So, are we done with Talk Like a Pirate Day? Because that was quick.
Let's go to Talk Like a Pirate Day. Talk Like a Pirate Day was this week.
Does that mean I can participate now?
Talk about Talk Like a
Well, you
Pirate
guys
Day was
stick
this.
your head in the camera for 5 seconds. I guess you better.
Oh, listen to you.
Aww.
Just
Not every 5 seconds, just every other 5 seconds. God, get it right.
Talk Like a Pirate Day, I think, is Lyle's favorite
It's
quasi.
the only year that I can wear my outfit and brandish my tattoos and not feel completely awkward.
It's Captain Blackheart's favorite quasi-religious holiday.
Oh, it'd be Talk Like a Pirate Day this week. Usually I do all sorts of stuff, but this year has been very sparse. Me and my son dressed up as pirates at 7 in the morning and went trotting off to Krispy Kreme to get two dozen donuts. Then we went up to the cash register and said, give me a donut. And they gave us an extra donut. So we had 2 dozen donuts plus 2 extra donuts. And it'd be good.
So you had 2 baker's dozens of donuts?
I had 2 baker's donuts.
Okay.
That's your
Is that it?
Yeah, it's not very exciting. They were supposed to have a charity event that basically fizzled out downtown Phoenix. Not a great amount of stuff that happened this year. It used to be in the past where we would do massive, giant events.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds about it. This wee lad would probably remember some of it.
So,
Oh my god.
The last couple years, I'd actually read pirate stories to some elementary school kids. but
You know
I
my
haven't
favorite part
done it in
was?
years.
It's the drunk people.
well, you no longer have elementary schoolers.
I know. It's a little harder.
It'd be
to
a
get
little
that done.
awkward for you to go to an elementary school because you don't have any kids there.
Yeah, and it's also awkward if I go to the middle school or high school and walk around like a
You should
pirate.
totally do it. Just show up right in the middle of band class.
Dad, remember?
I'm here to flip his pages for him.
I need here to help me, son.
Captain Blackheart was talking to the parent of a child who wore a
Kilt to school.
kilt
Kilt.
to school
It's a girl dress.
and
It was because they were Greeks.
and wore his girlfriend's tutu around school.
I'm sure.
Real men wear pink. Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next month, yeah.
It's coming up. So.
But No, it was a lot of fun this morning to do it. Since I got 2 dozen donuts, which Krispy Kremes are the fattiest, sugariest donuts on the face of this planet.
Are you complaining?
Because I ate too many. That's the only reason I'm complaining.
You have any left?
But I brought them to work and work. So I did have an excuse to talk to my coworkers and go, "Hey, look, I'd be bringing some donuts." I did wear my nice shirts and everything.
I have learned that if you bring
changed.
donuts to work, your coworkers are not mad at you if you run a little bit late because you're the person who brought the donuts.
Yeah, I do have a question though. Were you the cause of my science teacher's hyper activity? He was just hyper.
Oh.
He was talking about donuts one day,
Okay.
and he said, "Oh, somebody brought donuts," and so then he was.
No. This is my graphic design company that I work for.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, but I got you.
I usually only bring enough just for the people in the service center because if I brought donuts for the whole shop that I work at, no, that'd be too many.
Wow.
I'm not bringing enough donuts for the service center, the auto shop, the truck shop, the lube shop, the admin building.
There's a lot of donuts.
That's a lot of donuts because every shop has a lot of people. I'm not bringing all that. No, I bring about half a dozen every so often, especially when I know I'm running late.
You never bring any to meetings with us.
Yeah, because I supply air conditioning.
Oh.
And I
Power.
supplied the tacos today.
Yes, you.
For some of us.
All right, it's not on here, but real quick on the whole school thing, I got my school's MTI club, which is Multimedia Technology Institute Club, which I am one of the teachers who kind of helps to lead it. We're doing a 30-day film challenge. And
Did you say you delete it?
that I'm
Leads it.
leads it
Oh,
as a
It's a
instructor.
pseudo advisor.
I helped delete
Advisor, thank you, that's the word. And it's going to be quite exciting, which of course is going to take up more of my time, but I'm allowing the students to do most of the work, so hopefully it won't be so bad.
You're one of those students. Y'all got a
Jaren's involved.
You got a cool idea for a movie?
Yeah, we talked for an hour and a half today because I was a little frustrated and so was some other people because we didn't really have a full story. So we brainstormed for hours after school today
Superheroes.
about movie ideas. It was kind of cool.
At least you have 30 days and not 72 hours.
Yes.
Never again.
Yeah, if the story was bad, I was probably gonna walk.
Never again.
Yeah.
Are you just upset your husband almost got run over by a truck?
Not about my husband almost getting run over by a truck.
You almost
You
got run over by a
almost got run
truck?
over by a truck. There's some stories in there.
Yeah, that's for another time.
That's for another
Dawn,
time.
I think it was Dawn and I were sitting on the bumper of a truck
That's
trying to
right.
That's
trying to
right.
help.
I remember.
make it shake
I
from the
was in
back.
front.
That's what
And
we
it
did.
backed up on
The
us.
Desert Wraith movie, I believe we'd shown it.
We tried to imitate a haboob.
Has he seen Soft Swords?
No, he has not seen Soft Swords.
I've got soft swords.
We will show him that later.
We need
That
to put
sounds
Soft
awesome.
Swords on
our
our
Patreon.
Patreon.
So our
That would be an
Patreon
awesome
viewers,
Patreon
those
video.
people, for those people who support us on Patreon, we're going to put up a really awesome German origin film.
Yep, German
Made
film.
in filmed expressly in Germany, circa 2000.
It's our first 48-hour film that took us 2 years to do it because we had no editing equipment for 2 years. But we filmed it, by God.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, but one of the main actors just couldn't remember his line.
Like we had lines to remember. That was the worst part.
Actually,
No,
we
you had
didn't.
2 lines.
We didn't.
Trial and error.
I don't know if I needed to see that much
There's a
Mm.
lot of black art.
people.
There's a lot of black art.
There are topless soldiers in this film, ladies. Y'all need to support
Yeah.
us on Patreon so you can watch
Support the troops.
it. Anyway,
So what were you
Alright.
doing in Greek school again?
he had to talk about the story of Argus.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Oh, well, it was just. I don't know why this story is very sad.
I know there's more to that chapter than just the
Oh no, that's what we got assigned to. We didn't get every group got assigned something. I got assigned Carcass.
So in other words, they're jigsawing it.
Yes.
Yeah, but the dog is like half a page.
The dog was just.
It's part of his section. It's not his.
Okay,
Yeah.
we know the story. Can you tell our viewers the
Oh,
story?
okay. So Argus was a dog trained by Odysseus. Odysseus was gone for 20 years doing things, and
Yeah.
the thing, whatever he wanted to do. Alright, he was trained to hunt, and he went on a couple hunts and stuff like that. And he had an owner. When the owner died, the servants didn't really care about the dog, so he basically was on a pile of poop, just laying there, just waiting to die. And Odysseus came back, and the dog said Odysseus, and then just died.
What is
It's
like?
a little more in depth
It's
than
supposed to be a
that.
tragedy, but right? It's supposed to be a tragedy.
Yeah.
Odysseus,
Yeah.
the Odyssey is an epic. It has
Epic
it
tragedy.
has bits of tragedy and it has bits of tragedy in it, but it is an epic
But like, why did everybody just die around him?
because
Everybody
It's been
came here.
20
It's kind of like
years.
he's kind of like Spider-Man. With Spider-Man back then.
he's
Everybody
had
died around him.
he goes off to war. He's gone for 10 years, and then, he pisses off a god, pardon the language there, and takes another 10 years getting home. Although 7 of that, I think he was shacking up with some random sea witch, but
Oh man, a lot of bad choices he made.
he made bad choices,
Yeah.
and it took him forever to get home.
But the dog was 20 years old. That it lasted that long is
That
impressive.
Yeah.
dog waited 20 years for his master to come home. And he wasn't a puppy when master left. He just sat there waiting like a faithful hunting dog. And once he saw his boss, that is the saddest tale of the Odyssey.
That's actually kind of beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
sad. They kind of talk about it a little bit in, Morgan Alexandros talked about the Futurama episode. with the
Yeah,
dog.
right.
Yeah.
That one cuts my soul too.
Yes, I was
Yes.
watching it. I see the dog ate, and it was just like that one.
Marley, you mean?
No, there's
No.
a Futurama. I don't know if
There's
you
It's
ever
on a
watched it.
TV series.
Yeah, I know that. No, I was
There's-
just saying like the whole entire concept, like.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I don't like the episodes of shows or movies where the dog where it focuses on the dog because you know what's going to happen.
They really
Well,
fell off the dog.
And it's like, there's a book that I read in like elementary school. It's called The Day No Dogs Will Die, and it was talking about how there was like this huge influx of books and movies and shows where it was about dogs dying, like Old Yeller, where the red fern grows, all of that. And they in the book there, I think if I remember correctly, they were going to do a play, and in one of those plays, it was all about, and then the dog dies, and so the kids started a revolution and are refusing to do the play because they're tired of having
dog
to
always
read.
dies.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like watching the stuff with the puppies dying, especially because I have.
Oh, what was the movie where the dog got hit with the shovel? The boy hit the dog with the shovel. It was a Jack Russell Terrier.
Context of the movie. Unfortunately, hitting dog with shovels is not enough context of the movie.
Then it was-
Okay, I know this is not the only part of the movie. There is other pieces to this. Are we looking at
That's
a
the whole
western?
movie. End of scene. Moving on.
Are we looking at a western?
no, it was like a more modern day film. It was like when I was growing up. It was a lot. It was pretty popular from what I remember. But all I remember is the dog got hit with the shovel. But like the kid wanted a dog so bad, and then the dog helps him get his girlfriend. And from that, it was just showing him growing up and how the dog played his part in this kid's life.
My dog Skip.
Yes, thank you.
Bam. Smart nerds in the house.
Yes.
I think I have that.
I have Shiloh somewhere, the book Shiloh, and I've kept it for years because I won that book in the summer reading program. I was the first person to reach 100 books for the summer. I think I was the only 9-year-old to hit 100 books for the summer, but
That's good.
So I got a hard copy of a book called Shiloh. It was another one of the.
I once hit 100 books in a year as a graduate student with a semi-full-time job.
Yes.
As an adult, that's hard.
Yes.
When you're working and going to school.
So how did they
Let's
know?
move on from dead dogs.
Alright,
I'll
yeah.
ask you
Moving
this.
on.
How do they know I read the books?
Yeah.
You had to do like a mini book report on everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. 100 mini book
Yeah.
reports.
And also,
There's a
the-
reason she's an English teacher now.
Intense.
Well,
Oh.
I also pretty much never left the library.
Yeah.
Like, I would show up in the morning and then would be reading all day.
She grew up in
And-
Maine. There was literally nothing to do.
Yeah, I asked what is in Maine.
Stephen
Maine's a
King.
state?
Stephen King.
Stephen King.
Stephen
Books.
King, okay.
Books, creepy ass clowns, and
Yeah, I learned
Says.
something cool.
Lobsters.
I learned something cool about him that he was like writing like every single day straight for 9 years before he got his breakthrough.
Oh yeah, and also
Yes.
he threw Carrie in the garbage.
Really?
He's like, you know what, this is crap. He threw it in the garbage, and his wife found it and pulled it out and said, no, finish it, and that turned into his first book. He also doesn't. If I remember correctly, he doesn't remember writing Cujo because he was an addict.
Wow.
And so he was so high, he doesn't remember writing most of Cujo.
there's a few of his books that he's like.
Robin Williams was the same way with Mork and Mindy. He says, I don't remember any of that Mork and Mindy stuff. People tell me I did that whole nanu shit. I remember none of it.
Speaking of TV shows, they're coming back.
Yeah.
They're coming back.
Our television is full with new life as we turn on our Hulu/TV channels,
Google Play.
Google Play, or
Mhm.
anything, and we get to see new episodes of programming. Like Lucifer, we saw the season 2 premiere yesterday. Today we just watched the Goldbergs season premiere. There are other shows that are clearly starting.
I
What?
watch Empire. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
I have heard of Empire.
It's got cookies in it, that's all I know.
Yeah.
The
Taraji P. Henson.
biggest reference I have to Empire is going to sound really lame. Is from RuPaul's Drag Race. They did an Empire mockery in one episode.
Oh my goodness.
Where they actually.
Yes, it was
part of the
horrible.
episode. It was awesomely horrible.
Having no reference to the show, but they had one of the actresses from Empire judging it.
Oh, and again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't watch the show at all. I nitpick between episodes of ones that I think I'd be interested in. The very last one I watched was the one where the girl was trapped on a blue planet.
On the boob plant?
It was a
Wow.
blue, B-L-U-E.
Oh, okay. I like it better than before.
Like I'm blue, probably. Yeah.
Like Mr. Mermaid hair here.
Yeah.
Okay, blue
Yes.
plant. Alright.
But Ghost Rider is in this new season.
I love that show when it was on PBS.
And I found out they came out, I guess, on Tuesday. And I found it came out on Tuesday. But now I'm about to watch it. I just bought
Yes,
it
you're
before the
curious.
show. Yeah. No, not curious.
Great, now I have the theme stuck in my head.
You're heated.
Yeah. Pumped.
So you're usually a DC guy, but you love Ghost Rider, huh?
Yeah, I like kind of like
So you like
Marvel's
the Nicolas Cage?
darker stuff. Like Spider-Man's kind of like a tragedy.
Did you like the Nicolas Cage?
Oh no! I like a good story. I don't. Nicolas Cage, he needs to stick like him and who else can I think?
John
of?
Travolta?
Yeah, stick with like lovey-dovey films. You know, like heartfelt comedies.
I liked
Yeah.
them in Face Off.
Stay in your own little world.
I liked them in Face Off.
My dad once said his favorite Travolta movie is Everyone Where He Dies.
Really, I liked him in Hairspray. He plays the mom.
Well, that's because he wasn't really in it. He
Oh,
was
you
in
gonna make
it,
it up
but
for
he
a second,
wasn't
guys?
in it.
What?
What's wrong?
I just need to stand up and my legs just me.
Are you having tuba problems?
Yeah, totally.
It's not a tuba.
It's a tuba.
It was at home. There you go.
Did you toot earlier?
No, why?
You get a hole in your pants.
No.
Hole in your pants.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the Arrow Flash return.
Oh.
I wonder what they're gonna do with the Flash. I mean, what's gonna be changed because Flash went back in
I'm
time.
excited to have Anarchy. I just absolutely love how Arrow is like doing their like minor characters, and they're coming out with the Black Lightning TV series. But I am going to beat them to it by making a fan film. That is my goal. And then also next week, guys, Luke Cage is coming out on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Are you excited? I'm excited. You just turned straight on RuPaul's Drag Race there for a second.
I forget. He squeals more than David does when he say glitter.
Yeah, I'm just
And
excited.
Cage.
Is anybody
Luke
looking forward to
Cage?
seeing MacGyver?
No.
Luke
He's
Cage.
a major player in the
I
Marvel
was.
universe.
Yeah, he's a
Part of the
Defender.
X-Men.
Yeah, like him and
Luke Cage was
He's like a
Jessica
hero
Jones'
for hire.
boyfriend in the TV show when she wasn't being pursued by the
The
doctor.
bar owner that's the bald black guy.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm like. Oh.
He was big and tough and like dang near impenetrable.
yeah. Well, we'll cover his history next week.
Yeah, he played the
Impenetrable.
the assistant in Judging Amy.
I have no idea what
I don't
this
know if we watched that one.
It was like a 90s show.
And because we didn't talk about it, I see. So you're interested in the new MacGyver? I'm not.
I don't know. All I want to do, and this is all I want to do. I just want to see the first episode. I want to see where they're going to go with it. It may catch my interest. It may make me go, boy, I kind of miss MacGyver. I'm going to go watch that. So I'm going to see, because that's happened to me a few times where they did a reboot, and I went, okay, I'll see the reboot, and I go, no, it just makes me wish I was watching the older stuff.
Well, yeah. So how do you feel about the Lethal Weapon series?
Out of all those kind of movies, I do believe that is the one that can actually be a regular series. It makes sense to be a regular
It
series.
feels like a regular series when you're watching it.
Who is that guy?
Which one?
Wayne
Oh,
Wayans?
That he's supposed to be
no,
playing.
not Wayne
he's
Wayans.
supposed to be
The
playing
guy who's
Mel
playing
Gibson's
Mel
character.
Gibson's character.
Oh, Rince?
I have got
Rince,
no
thank
idea.
you. Yes.
I got no idea.
He is new. He seems new. He might. I'm sure if we looked in IMDb, we go, oh, yeah, I kind of remember that, but I don't recognize him.
I don't know either. I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not. It'll basically ultimately end up to whether or not these two want to watch it, and then I'll end up watching it with them and be like,
Lethal Weapon?
yeah. Are you wanting to watch it?
I'll watch an episode.
Yeah.
See where they take it.
Yeah.
So as that segue is, if things that we want to watch that you suddenly end up watching, AGT results.
Yeah, I want to talk about this because I know that face is saying me like I've been savoring, wondering.
We did not
what
watch.
your thoughts
We did not
are.
do an episode last
I
week.
know nothing.
Because social media has been. I looked it up. I went on Twitter and I went on Facebook, and it was so harshly divided on the result.
Very polarizing.
Very polarizing.
People were either really so pro Grace or
So like, what the F? The lady can't sing.
I feel like we were manipulated as an audience to make her win.
Yeah.
I did not vote for Grace.
Oh, what was that?
I voted for Grace. I'm sorry.
Did you really?
Yes, it did.
I voted for Take Face.
I voted.
Oh yeah, no, I totally voted. You can vote for multiple people. I voted for him as well.
I put all my votes for Take Face.
There you go.
Well, and I thought that the whole like
Having not even watched
level.
the show because we were a day behind on our watching it. I'm like, screw it, Take Face.
Well,
Straight up.
when I looked at it, I disagreed with most of the upper levels. I really think that the ones that were truly talented got hosed. I wasn't overly impressed with the clairvoyance.
No.
Really?
I didn't like them. Some of the first sketch I saw them do, I'm like, I know how they do that. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's
because I have seen Morgan do that in a birthday party act. I had seen him do something very similar.
yeah, and they do the same magic that Dorambos and the kid that does the
Rubik's Cube?
Rubik's Cube did the same exact trick, but made it so hokey it turned me off of it.
Yeah. It was really hokey. I did not think they deserved to be in the top 10.
I'm like, it's like watching
They made the top 10 because of presentation.
Yeah, they were hokey.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
But I was really impressed by Grace's songs. I really think she is going to have an album. She needs to work on her voice like there's no goddamn tomorrow.
Oh, I
Nobody's
think-
disagreeing with that.
Okay.
I like.
But that's my problem. She shouldn't have a show for 3 days
Yeah.
at the Planet Hollywood with not being prepared.
I like Grace. Let me say this.
I can't disagree with you, but I get her appeal.
I'm going to say this and try to not sound like Donald Trump while I say this. I like Grace. She's a cute little girl, and she's got a powerful voice and a good songwriting
Absolutely
talent.
terrific.
Absolutely terrific. However, when she sings, she has a Shakira-like quality, and where there's a song, it sounds like she's got a frog stuck in the back of her throat.
And she couldn't enunciate to save her life.
Mm-hmm.
That a little bit of proper vocal training and some age will help develop that skill.
Oh, yeah.
I think that in a couple of years when she's like 14, 15, 16, when her voice has hit its final range, because as a 12-year-old girl, your voice isn't done either.
Yeah.
People always joke about a man's voice changing when they age. Women's voices change too. Her voice isn't there yet either.
One way, though, remember this is a popular vote, though, in this
Yeah.
show, and sometimes you can gauge, not 100% accurate, you can gauge some of the response of who might win by how many YouTube views some of these things got. And Grace,
Yeah.
That
She
most of
got a
them.
lot of freaking YouTube.
a lot of YouTube views.
Oh, yeah.
A lot,
I like
and there was
Brian.
a lot of people doing
Well, fuck
covers.
yeah, I have to watch it too and figure out what the fuck she said. But
What? Your
The
mouth.
covers are better, by the way. Did you watch any of the covers?
No.
no.
They're really good.
They showed some of them in the background video in the last episode where they showed people who went on
Excuse
YouTube
my
and
language,
sang
I'm
her
sorry.
songs.
Here's what I will say about her songs. Her songs
Okay.
are really dark. And are actually kind of have me concerned for her because they sound like they're coming from the voice of a girl who's been abused, neglected, and bullied. Listen to her lyrics.
I will listen to them again.
That's what I'm hearing when I hear those songs.
Bye, Jen! Thanks for
Bye, Jen!
coming. See you next episode.
Well, we
They-
did no, see.
I don't know my name.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another one where she was talking about,
I want to sleep with my sister's friend.
or not, I want to sleep with my sister's friend. I want to play with my sister's friends. Y'all ignore me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let y'all treat me like that. They sound like
Yeah.
they're.
She's been bullied.
It sounds like it sound like the words of somebody who's been abused, neglected, and bullied.
Man.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. As someone who has been abused and bullied, I can
could
see that.
No, I could just be hypersensitive,
Well, I mean,
but
the judges were a little bit right, though, on this. And I think Howie Mandel had made it, he kind of underlined the thought of, you need to be careful and be humble. Stay humble, because this is going to absolutely, this whole new change in your life is going to
I mean, she's 12 and just won $1
change
million.
her in hopefully positive ways.
Oh yeah.
But I think he was earnestly worried about where this might take her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I mean, it could take
And
her into
it's-
really dark places.
And it's easy for that to go to your head. Look at how many young stars end up screwing their lives over.
Look at the joke in Con Man.
Yeah.
So the kid from the show.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. Look at how many of them end up with drug and alcohol problems. That end
Not
up,
all of them do.
No, not all of them do, but they have to have a good support
Because for every
system.
Kirk Cameron, you end up with a Neil Patrick Harris.
But if she is, like you guys are insinuating, that the possibility that she might have been neglected or abused on
it might just
some
even
level.
be it might just even be bullied.
Yeah.
Holy, okay.
It might just even be that. The her lyrics concern me.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just be her responding to other things she's seen. It could be that, but they worry me.
I mean, and
And I could be hypersensitive.
yeah, I just the entire thing with the votes and all that, it
But you
tends
gotta-
to lean towards the pity vote. And I would hate to be in a contest like that and find out I won because of the pity vote. I mean, a lot of the ones that do get passed are the ones with the sob stories. and especially like for a while, American Idol, or it's where you have the person with the story of, oh, I was living on the streets, or oh, this was happening in my family, and they kind of turn it into like a martyr situation where it's like, oh, we're gonna vote for them just because they've been through stuff, and it's like, just because you've been through stuff does not mean that you are more talented than anyone else.
What is popular is not always right.
It's true, but unfortunately, it's not a very interesting TV show unless there's some kind of
Need I remind you
story
of
or conflict.
Sanjay's faux hawk.
Oh, Sanjay.
Nice. All right. What about the the top three? You've already stated that you are not clairvoyant fans, but what about John
Dornbos?
Dornbos?
He was freaking
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was
I
great.
love Dornbos.
What do you think of his last act? It was very subtle, but I liked it a lot. But it was his most subtlest and, dare I say, almost preachy. Was it preachy, or was it just me?
With him, it was
Magic has changed my life.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is something. And I know I commented on it when we were watching it. I would love for him to come into my classroom and do that.
Yeah,
Because
that would be effective. Yeah.
It's very much a learning moment. And I think that he went, I'm never going to have this big of an audience. So I don't care if I lose. I'm already a millionaire. I've already got all this money. I'm already a famous football player. I've gotten this far. I want to send this message out, win, lose, or draw. And I think he purposely made that point to go, this is why I'm here. Because I don't need the money. I don't need the fame. I've already got both of those. I need this platform to give this message.
Do you think you could be like almost when you give speeches to make thank you, a motivational speaker, a magical motivational speaker who goes from place to place doing magic shows and doing speeches?
Oh yeah, I mean
I can totally see it. That's the only reason I'm mentioning it. I'm like, how awesome would that be for him to go to like your college or high school and be like, let's talk about life. Blah, blah, blah. Like, magic. I'd be like, oh, cool. I'll listen to you all day.
Magic. You finally found a way to work your catchphrase into one of our live streams.
Well, and what's really funny is last week I said magic. And one of my students goes, how can you magic? You can't magic.
Totally
Magic is
can.
already magic.
See, you take magic and you stack it on top of more magic. Double magic.
Okay.
Magic. Double
But as an educator, I've had those speakers come through. I've seen dozens of them over the years.
Yeah.
And they have those messages and they have that platform. And a lot of them that I've met have been some of the coolest people. They had someone come to the school I'm at now last year where he was born with he had only one arm stub and one leg stub. And so he was talking about, look at me. Everyone looks at me and they see what I look like and they go, oh, poor him. He goes, I've been jet skiing, I've done this, and he's listing off, but he's like, don't look at me and assume I can't do something. If I can jet ski, you can do this. So kind of going,
if I can jet ski, you kids can sit down and be quiet and finish your lessons.
that
That was the lesson. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I would be thinking as a teacher.
Yes.
If that dude can jet ski, you guys can be quiet for 20 minutes and do your work.
20 minutes every day. Not just 20 minutes once. 20 minutes every day.
Every day.
You can give me an uninterrupted nap.
Let me ask you one more question before we move on to the last thing. Where do you think Tape Face is going to go from here?
Oh, God.
He's going to go on tour.
I think Tape Face is
well,
going to go for it.
Yeah,
Oh
I've
yeah.
actually kind of looked into this. He's planning on going and doing some touring in Europe, and he's coming back to America and doing an American tour.
Oh yeah. I mean, because he's toured other places.
Mhm.
I really think that his main goal wasn't to really win, but to use it as a foothold to get recognition in the States,
Advertising.
so that he can be known in the States and start that tour in the
Mission
States.
goddamn accomplished.
Yes.
Mission accomplished, man.
Well,
I love
love
his
the
cable
story. No, I love. No, I loved it too. But go online, go to Wikipedia, read his story about what he's done in the last 5 or 6 years, and it's fascinating how he got to where he is right now. Because his original act, because he's always wanted to do this stuff, and he went to clown school. If you haven't noticed, his original act was he did the stuff where you put nails in your nose. And
He was a danger
stuff.
act.
He was a danger act, and nobody. He just fell into the thing, and then he started putting tape over his face, and he says because of his personality and what he learned and everything else, he got more laughs saying nothing than he did talking and doing a danger act. And eventually, all his danger act stuff went away, and he just went to where he is right now. And it was a progression. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Okay, I get it. That's neat.
I did a little reading about him, and I seem to remember seeing that he's actually married and has a wife that is also a performer, but not like a mime like he is. She's like an actress or a singer or something. Not big, super big time, but.
Oh, the table act. I just remembered the table act you're saying. I'm like, oh yeah, the table act. And I'm thinking it was
That
the act
was
he did.
freaking awesome!
No, it was the table act he did the next
Oh,
day.
yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that should have been his finale.
That should have been his finale.
He steals the 4 chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
The thing is, what I think makes it is the different. I mean, I think he purposely chose those 4 people not just because they have similar body sizes, but because he knew that each one of them would react differently. Because Victor's like, okay, I can totally do this, and he's just
Victor
like
got
super.
comfy, man.
Yeah.
Victor had the athletic body, and then you
And the
had
guy from
Brian
Lincoln
Justin
Bridge is like,
Crump.
hello.
He's like, I've never been this close to another man's dick in my life.
And then Brian Justin Crump was like, I'm a gay dude, I don't care.
Oh no, it's I care.
And who was the other guy? It was
John Durba.
John Dervos. I'm a football player.
I've been.
Snap-
I spend my face here.
So at least it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22,
That was funny.
36. Hike.
I thought the Take Face's final act with the little horsies and all that was cute, but I liked his table act better.
Yeah.
Blew me away.
Take
simple
Face's
stuff.
final act, if he would have done everything but the horses, I actually think would have been more effective. I think the horses was kind of weird for the first 30 seconds of it,
Yeah.
and then he kind
Yeah,
of
everybody
went
was just like,
forward,
what?
and we're like going, and even the judges were like,
It was to establish the fact he was doing the horse race.
yeah, no, I get it.
It was an
But
establishing bit.
I don't think it was necessary for the whole bit.
Well, and he does and if you look, he does that with most of his acts, where he's getting our attention by confusing us and going, okay,
What the fuck? Where are you going with
where
this?
is this going? And we're
Yeah,
trying to
where's this going?
figure it out. It's like,
It's smart. It is smart. I'll be honest.
it's like the when he, I think it was his second act where he takes out
The balloons.
no, that's the third one. The second one was where he takes out the toothbrush and you're like, what is he doing
Oh,
with
when he
the
does
toothbrush?
the
And he goes,
And you realize it's a whole like,
propeller.
yeah, and I'm free falling.
Oh, when the toothbrush goes flying. He's like,
Yeah, because I think he really lives for that moment of I'm confusing them, and then you have the
realization.
I get it. What
Yeah.
you're doing.
it's-
$5. Morgan dresses up like Tape Face within the next year.
Whee!
you could cosplay as Tape Face.
I could do it.
He can't keep his mouth shut that long.
Tape is
Did it get cold in here? Or is it just me?
Although Morgan has played at being a mime in the past, so. And there have been times, even since the beginning of this previous AGT season we just got out of, that he would be like, imitating Cake-Face a little bit.
Well, and the one where they did the standoff with the balloons, and I'm like, hashtag what everyone is going to be doing tomorrow morning.
And I looked at, and somebody between the three of us were like, I'm so glad Morgan doesn't have the balloons in the house anymore.
I used to be a balloon artist.
Awesome.
You know, at some point, let me know. I'll help you with all those balloons.
All right.
The next topic we had, and our final topic, was Inkmaster. The new season has come out.
Have you guys seen any of it?
We have
Yes.
seen 2 episodes.
Okay. I'm in. They just did the 4th one.
Okay, we're behind you.
Okay. All right.
We have seen.
It is, as you know, a bizarre season.
We have seen the orgy of artists being whittled down into 2 teams, and then the very first
Where it's,
elimination.
Yeah, where it's the horses all like having sex in the same direction.
And the very
They were right. That one horse has got that weird hoof all the way here, and it's just awkward. It takes way too much space.
it looks like
No.
I'm a zombie horse.
Just so you
Show
know,
me where
it's my estimation, even the first couple episodes, but it gets a little better a little later. The girls are kind of dominating this season. They are really good artists.
Good.
Some of the girls are
they have
really,
never had a
really
woman win.
good. Yeah, I
They
know.
had close.
And I
They
think
never had a woman win.
this has the highest percentage of women.
Yes, it
Most
does.
of the other ones, it's just 1, maybe 2 women, and they're quickly wheeled out. This one has
That's
quite
it.
a few.
It's having problems.
What's having problems?
Well, okay, so this is not, it's not connected things directly, and it's slowing down a lot more.
I'll check it. It's probably nothing, guys, because
Okay,
I see
so-
it live over there.
Peck versus Nunez. Which team do you think's gonna triumph?
Oh, it's so
I-
early.
Think Peck, because Peck doesn't seem to be a micromanager. Was it Peck who was consulting with his team on who to pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's because he has that rapport and because they're making the decisions, it's going to be a much more cohesive
Well,
team.
Nunez did the last one.
I like Nunez's art style better, but I like Peck because he reminds me of Joe,
Our buddy Joe
from Texas,
Shout out to Joe from Texas.
Joseph Corbin.
who will probably never watch this video.
I'll probably never watch this video.
But there's just something about Oliver Peck that reminds us of Joe. It's his demeanor. It's something about his face. I mean,
Okay, so it's personal.
it's the personal thing, yeah. And really, with having the votes come down to what?
No, there's nothing wrong.
Okay.
With having it be basically, well, we've got the 3 teams here. Can you guys be, what was it? Dave said, can you guys be, like, clear-headed on voting on this? Now it looks like it's up to you, bro. It's really giving Dave Navarro a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of power. More so than I think he's had in the past, because he's been a swing vote a lot in past seasons, but this time he's picking which entire team is doing the elimination.
Yep.
The next few episodes are really interesting because they challenge the artists a little bit differently, and I'm
I
quite
thought it
enjoying
was really cool. They went bam right off the bat, American traditional.
Yep.
That's usually something they save until about halfway through the season.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're like, let's trip them up right for coming out.
Well, there was one guy that's like, American traditional already?
But you can't do it.
And then they were just smiling, going, you ready to go get rid of some people? Let's go get rid of some people.
One thing that I love about the show is when the artists get up there and it's just, they go up there and they go, the first thing they say if they did a bad job is, I don't do American
I don't do
traditional."
that.
And they're like, we don't feel bad for you. The show is Inkmaster.
The show's
You have to be able to adapt. And
Yeah.
if you can't adapt, you're going to really struggle in this show.
You're gonna really struggle.
Yeah.
This
Like-
is Inkmaster, not whatever your style is.
I have a question. Episode 1, he knocked out 2 people before they were even done finishing their tattoo.
Uh-huh.
If you were getting that tattoo, would you be pissed that your tattoo is now unfinished?
No.
No?
I'd rather it be unfinished
Then
than him
bad.
finish it and it's terrible.
Okay.
I'd rather him go, oh, he stopped it? Oh my god, it looks terrible. Now I can at least bring it to somebody who may know more
Who can
what
cover
they're
it
doing
up.
And cover it up or fix it before
Alright,
he
I have this-
finishes it and screws it up.
I have this ugly tattoo here that's like half an M&M, half a mermaid. Can you fix it?
Well, it's like
I don't know. Brand.
well, it's like
I'm like looking for the tattoo. Really?
yeah, it's like
You know I don't have any tattoos.
There's that commercial where the chick's eating a Milky Way and she's tattooing this guy. This big
No
BB.
regrets?
Yeah, no regrets. I was eating a Milky Way. I'd be like, she'd be dead, boy.
I ask so little of my tattoo artist, but spelling all the words on me is one of those
I
things.
know, one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The only
just
reason a
ironic.
tattoo artist should misspell a word is if the customer asks for the word misspelled.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yeah, if the customer goes, no,
I want it spelled this. I want it spelt this way.
the
'cause
G comes first. No one but God judges me.
See,
I
Brandy,
understand.
my wife has a tattoo, and she specifically asked the tattoo artist to misspell it.
Yeah.
Because she wanted it to sound more like a Georgia accent, and so she took one of the words.
So she dialectized it.
Instead of like this, it's just das or something.
Which one?
I'm trying to remember. It's a great morning, and I forgot exactly what it is. Oh no!
How do you not know the tats on your wife's body, man?
She had a specific phrase about the morning that she said as a little Southern child, and it had a very specific dialect that she had.
She wanted it in dialect. That's
Yeah.
not misspelling. That's in dialect.
Correct.
That's a little different.
But she had to go over with the tattoo artist a couple times and approve that yes, it's spelled incorrectly the way I want it to be spelled incorrectly.
So this is how you really want it spelled. They have that in writing.
I know.
There have been a lot of people that are like, put this on me, and then they come back later, you put this on me.
You told me to.
That's why I could that and my I am a crappy artist, or why I could never be a tattoo artist.
Because you know how to spell shit?
No, because I'd be afraid of the liabilities of messing up somebody else's skin.
Mm-hmm. That's why you sign a document. Before, a lot of times I have to sign a document that says, we do not, if it turns out bad, I can't sue the artist. Literally, you have to sign a document that says that I know what I'm getting myself into, basically.
My worst tattoo horror story is I had a student a couple years back that needed rent money. And so his buddy's like, yeah, I'll pay you $500 if you let me practice your tattooing on you. And so this kid comes in Monday morning. Of course, he's over the age of 18, so it's not like a child abuse kind of thing. But he comes in and he's walking all like old man slow. He's like walking like a cowboy with his and he's just like waddling in. And I look at him like, what happened? And I look down and his legs are just covered in scabs and scars, and where like you could tell that almost every time he walks, one of them opens up. Like it was bad. I actually had to send him to the
Nurse.
to the health teacher who was a nurse.
Every time I watch Inkmaster, I think, man, I want to get a tattoo, and then I remember something. Pain hurts.
I know.
It all depends on where you get it.
I know, it really does. Like, there are some parts of my thing that are better than others. I got a tattoo, like another tattoo a few months ago, and I was like, oh yeah, this does hurt. Ah,
What's
damn
your
it.
new
Okay.
tattoo?
The DSD one I got.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then when I watch Inkmaster, I go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it hurts, but it'd be cool to get another tattoo because I have some big ideas of actually how to cover my body even a little bit more. But the ones that make me really cringe, it was when more than one artist tattoos you at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to be that person.
No.
And I'm like, it's hard enough, but I couldn't imagine, like, there's here and here. And like, that one lady last season who got tattooed by 4 people at the same time. 2 arms and 2 legs.
Yep.
That lady looked like she was gonna died by
Yeah.
the end of that episode.
Because there's no
Oh my god.
like reflex that you can do. When I got mine done,
Yeah.
like it's on my calf, so it didn't feel like it hurt, but the tattoo artist got snippy with me because the tattoo gun, the cord or wire from it was running down my leg and then
Tickling your foot.
down through the arch of my foot. And I'm like, hey, if you move the thing that's going by my foot, I'll stop twitching, because it kept going because anytime he moved to like put ink on it or anything like that, I had this long thing rubbing up against my foot, and it felt like ants were crawling on
I
it.
love to hear some of these crazy ass ideas that some of these people say they want to get tattooed on them. I want a full body Medusa with this and a statue of a person that she's turned into stone. And I want her to have real diamondback skin and realistic hair and full color.
Yeah.
And I just knew that dude was gonna say,
Change
"Shut my ribs."
$2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, get that tattoo. Not in 6 hours. I mean, I remember my dad telling me about a tattoo he got on, I think it's one of the ones on his shoulder blades, that, like, he and the tattoo artist every couple hours were outside having a smoke break because they're like, man, I'm tired. Yeah, me too. And so, I mean, it was
Smoker.
like 12 or 14 hours.
Smoke or smoke?
Regular smoke.
Okay.
So
I would hope that the tattoo artist is regular smoke.
Yeah.
But
I won't give it away, but this episode that just came on Tuesday is a watercolor episode. So they're doing watercolors.
Okay.
Pretty stuff.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one who got kicked off, the moment he did the sketch, I knew he was gone.
Really?
what bad sketch?
Because
The guy
watercolor
could
can be very
not
pretty.
draw.
You do like some Renoir.
You have to be able to draw an Inkmaster. You cannot go in and just do photos. Because the guy was really good at photos. But he could not draw. And it
We
was
saw
the
that problem with
worst
Evil Will
drawing
Wheaton guy.
ever.
Evil Will Wheaton couldn't draw until like the second time he came through.
Yeah,
got
he
some
practiced. Yeah. But you gotta be able to draw. It's so bad. Wait
What
till you
time are
see
we
it.
at?
Oh, it's
42. 8:42?
There were some pretty
Oh wow,
long
we've been
ones.
running long. But you know what? We have extra long because we didn't do one last week.
Yep.
So anything else we want to talk about? Lyle, anything going on?
I just finished some more of the Photoshop files, which I'm sure you guys saw for
I
the Rainbow
When are we
Bright.
expecting Rambo Bright to be finished?
Rainbow Bright will be finished before October 15th.
Okay.
That is the goal. Right before we're gonna see it before we go to
FanFest.
FanFest.
Okay.
I'm gonna premiere it on our Patreon first
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
for our
That's why
Patreon
October
viewers.
15th is my deadline.
Have you filmed Jack's stuff yet?
No, that is still.
I need to
I was
give you
hoping
the
he'd
shirt.
be here today, so
I
I
need to
could
give
do
you
that.
the shirt for David to
Yes,
use
please.
because it's in my closet.
And then we're working on those edits, and like I said, I should be putting some of the new production photos on Patreon in the next few days too. So we'll be putting a lot of stuff on the Patreon this week. So please subscribe to our Patreon. See all the cool stuff that we're putting on behind the scenes.
Even if you just give us $1 a month.
$1. You can do it.
$1 a month is enough to make sure we keep Minion fed and bananas for a month.
What? What? Somebody's talking about
Two
Minion.
players. We know you love Dilly Pickle. He's funny. He's awesome. He hates bananas. Give us $1 and we can feed him bananas.
Bananas.
And you can laugh at him. We fed him bananas.
Thanks. I'm
suddenly remembering The Walking Dead, where 2 times in the same episode, Rick did some serious kick-ass damage, and he looks up, and the other people are just looking at him. He's like, "What?" He's just like, "I'm saving your lives." What?
What? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's...
What?
That's the faces of Rick Grimes.
Yes.
Anyway, from little rainy, a little bit cooler Phoenix, Arizona,
Woohoo!
we are Land of the Nerds, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah.
Signing off. Off and signing.
Sure. I need to translate this to a podcast. I haven't. I got to figure out the easiest way to do it though. To actually make it into a podcast.
Rip
Did you guys do the
audio
intro?
file?
Huh?
Yes. Rip the audio file?
We put the
Yeah.
intro on. That's the first thing we did.
Perfect.
Just rip the audio file.
I know. And then, but what I've really got to figure out is how I'm going to host it. We put it on the website.